everyone, Teeny here. I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you so much for joining me. Well, today we're making a floral card and we're doing it in 5 easy steps. We're using some items from Simon Says Stamp and we are doing some stenciling as our focal point. This is the blooming flower, and the blooming flower has a 4-piece stencil set that creates that beautiful bloom, and then there's a coordinating die that will cut out the bloom, and then a greeting and a shadow that says adore you. We'll be using this for my background. I'm also going to be using the Dotty contour embossing folder, and we're bringing in some circle frames from Simon. These create some really thin frames, and I thought we would make a kind of a bullseye look for our home panel today. All of these are new over at Simon Says Stamp. If you want to check out the release, I'll leave it linked down below in the description area for you. So we're going to just jump in and get started with step 1 and create our focal point. This is going to go by really quickly. The stencil really does all the work for you. I mentioned it's a 4-piece stencil, so we are going to bring in an A2 panel here, and the inks that I'm using are from Simon. I have Perfection, Cadet, and Night. I thought we'd make a pretty blue and green palette today. And I already got ink on my cardstock. I'm gonna flip it over. Okay, there is etch detail. You can see there on the stencil, so you know where to line it up. But since these are square, it's sometimes easier just to put it in the corner and just adjust as I need to. We're gonna bring in Cadet ink. I'm just gonna pick up a little. I'm gonna go light with this very first stencil. I'm not even going to tack it down because it's gonna be really easy to ink up. And there's my layer 1. The stencils themselves don't have layers on them, so I'm just going in order that I pulled them out of the package. But now we're going to add our next one. Next one I'm going to use the same Cadet ink, but I'm not going to go light. I'm going to go a little bit darker. That's all there is to there. And we'll put Cadet ink away, and I'm going to bring in my darker ink, which is Night. And then we'll bring in our third layer. We will line this up here. And then I'll pick up some ink, and we will just add some dark blue here. Beautiful. I think those 3 colors are just gorgeous. Okay, now we have one more layer, and this has the very top of the flower. So I'm going to do that first, and I'm just going to use the ink that's left over on my brush here. There we go. I'm going to remove my stencil and just wipe it off. Okay, put away my Night ink, and then we can do our leaf next. And this is where Perfection comes in. And I'm going to go dark and then kind of fade out. So the ends of the leaves are light, but the base is nice and dark. And there is our beautiful flower. Okay, after we have this done, I'm going to bring in some of my solar spray. I'm using my Crocodile Tears solar spray, and I'm going to add a little bit of shine to this. Lovely. Now we'll give this a moment to dry, and then I'm going to take the coordinating die and I will cut this out. And I'm going to create one more of these. Okay, I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, for my second one that I die cut out, I used some solar spray, but this time I used golden hour over the leaf portion. And you can see I fussy cut out the leaf portion on the second one. So I'm not going to use this one, just the leaf. Okay, I did pop up the leaf, all 4 of them, with foam tape, and then we're going to slightly offset this. Okay, and then I'm just going to press down and we'll secure the bottom of the flower. So this is what it looks like. We have a little bit of dimension to it. Okay, that's my focal point. Now we're going to move on to step 2 and create our home panel. That's where our circle frames comes in. Okay, I'm going to take several of them and create some blue and green circles. Now I die cut out some circles. We have 3 blue, a light, dark, and a medium, and then I have 1 green. The green is the largest, and then I also took the same die that created my frame, same size. I'm not going to use this circle frame. I'm going to use the inside piece. We are actually going to layer this like this. Okay, and then I'm going to layer all of these circle frames, and these were in order as far as the sizes go. Okay, and then we're going to just create kind of a bullseye on that white cardstock. Okay, I'll do that. I think that makes a really fun home panel. Now this one goes on the outside edge, and so I will attach that to my background. Okay, so that's my home panel. I think they're going to look really pretty together. We'll put these to the side, and now we're going to work on step 3, which is our greeting. That's where our blooming flower comes in. It has a shadow, and then it has the Adore You. I'm going to cut out the Adore You a couple of times with some Simon Says Stamp fog cardstock, and then I'm also going to take the shadow and I will cut out that with white cardstock. I went ahead and layered them together. I think we all know how to do that. I just die cut out 2 of the Adore You, stacked them, okay, and put them on the shadow. It die cut out in 1 piece, which was really nice. And then I did put foam tape on the back. And I only put foam tape behind the first part of the Adore You. The second part's going to overlap on the flower, so I didn't add any foam tape to it. We'll put that with our flower, and now we're going to work on step 4, which is our background. That's where our embossing folder comes in. And this is really pretty. Did you see the pattern in here? They're all dots. You know, I love dots. I'm going to take an A2 panel of white cardstock, and I'm going to trim this down. I'm going to trim this down a 1/2 inch. So we're going to trim it to 3 3/4 by 5 inches. I always save these extra pieces for sentiments. Okay, and then I'm going to run this through my die cut machine, and we'll emboss this. Next, I have an A2 panel of Simon Says Stamps fog cardstock, the same one that we use for our greeting. Simon Says Stamps fog is a little bit more warmer than Spellbinder's fog. Okay, they're both named the same, but you can see the difference. This is more of a cool, this is more of a warm. So for today, I think the warm is going to go perfect on my card. I'm going to take this, layer it on my card base, and then I'm going to layer our embossed panel right over the top, kind of framing it. And that will be my background. Okay, let's take all of our layers and we'll add them. Okay, I'm going to add glue behind our home panel. And then we will add this. Okay, and then we can add this on that outside edge. Just going to add a touch of green there. And then we're going to add our bloom. And the sheen on here is really nice. I don't know if you can see the sheen. I'm going to put this right here, kind of at a little bit of an angle, and then anything overhanging on this side, we're going to trim away. And I'm going to tack it right here. Now it's time for step number 5, which means it's time to embellish. We're gonna do some embellishing with some new sequins from Simon. These are called Turquoise, and they're beautiful. They kind of remind me of like underwater or under ocean. Really pretty. Kind of have a gray tone to them. And we're gonna glue a few down in my background. And then that's all there is to that card. Fun 5-step card. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you a lovely day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.